Okay, let's watch this play through at first, and then I'll rewind it back and go through a few things. So we're obviously setting up our 1-3-1 here. Again, I'll talk about it once we sort of see the whole play develop. See if you can pick up any mistakes that we're making along the way. And we've got a bit of offensive action. And then we're supposed to go into our press. Alright, we'll pause it there and we'll take things all the way back to the start. Alright, let's start here. So, the 1-3-1 is set up quite nice at the moment. Okay, everyone's exactly where they need to be. So, we have our 1. We have our 2. We have our 3. We have our 4 sitting in the back. Nice, waiting to see what happens. And our 5 right now is standing right in the middle. Okay. So, as we roll through slowly, you can see Merv comes out to make the 1 even more prominent and pick up the ball handler, which is perfect. Okay. And right now, let's freeze there. We're all in pretty good spots. So, I would like Arrow to be a little bit more over here. As a 4, and I would like Nabil to come back somewhere here and just keep an eye on these two guys like he is as the 3, because we have our 1 and our 2 pressing. We could probably get a little bit tighter in there, but we'll roll through and we'll see what happens. So Arrow right now is at the spot where he should be. Nabil's close and keeping an eye on those two, so that's quite good. And we nearly have an intercept here. Okay, let's get rid of these and play things through at half pace. Right, we have a pretty good recovery as they go back up there. Freeze. Arrow at this point should be dropping back into this spot, because remember our 4 always needs to be under that area, and because it is still on the weak side or the strong side, but Nabil is now on the weak side, he also needs to be down on this block. Okay, so keep playing through. We can see that we're almost getting back to the right spot. Again, I do need Nabil to get back here, and Arrow is now behind that line, and keeping an eye on the next play as it develops. And our 1 and our 2, again, remember this is an up and get 'em defense, so they need to be up and tight and really putting pressure on that. So we still play through at half pace. Okay, good, freeze. Now, while I understand why Nabil went up that way, this is where we're happy for that person to get that pass. Nabil, you really need as a 3 on the weak side to be down here. And Raji, you're getting a little bit of ahead of the action here, and you probably need to be here. So we have this straight line here. So now if this man gets it, he can't come through here. But more importantly, if this pass went over to this player here, he has nice easy room to drive into there. So Nabil can't get sucked into trying to get that intercept. He needs to play his position down there as a 3. Keep playing it through, because Merv's come across, and now we'll pause it again here. Okay, you can see now Nabil has come back and he's in a perfect spot there, so well done there, Nabil. Arrow, this is when you can come and put pressure here, and Abu's already there. Raji, you would just need to then get in front and front this player here, being halfway between the two. We can also see that Merv is coming across to cut off that pass, and that's where he needs to be. So keep playing through. Okay, freezing here, we're almost all in perfect position. Let's get rid of these. Raji, I wouldn't mind you being up a little bit higher to stop that drive there. Okay, and Arrow, you can always be in line as long as you're below that free throw line there. Okay, but if we cut our court up into quarters, as long as Arrow's behind this green line, Raji should be right on that cross there, and because Nabil is on the weak side, round here is fine, but because there's that offensive threat there, I'm okay with him being there. Okay, keep playing through. Raji steps up, and now we have some rebounders in position. Good box out there, Arrow, and we finally get it. Alright, play through at normal pace. Okay, we've got our men nice and isolated now. This is where Nabil, I probably would have liked to see you cut into this area here and get the ball back off Arrow. But we'll play through half pace and see what happens. You make that cut and then come back out. Arrow, you kind of needed just to stay in that position here where you were and let Nabil take that cut. Either way, we get the ball to Abu, who's nice and free and puts up a pretty good shot. Okay, pausing here. Alright, Arrow started to run away, and I think by this stage Nerve's calling him back because we're setting up our press, so we keep going through and we'll keep waiting till we get freeze. Perfect. Okay, and again I'm quite happy with Abu being a little bit behind this line, and Raji, you need to not be defending this guy. Okay, this man here is exactly where we want him to be to get that ball. If we're just standing behind that yellow line there, Raji, he would have got the ball and we would have been able to press him. Okay, Arrow's good. Now our issue is this man here. Okay, he's already taking off and we don't have a safety. So this is that Nabil there, need to come back and be a safety here. So let's play through at half speed. Freeze there. Now Nabil's in a tough spot here, so let's just roll back and see why he's in a tough spot. Because at this point Nabil, you needed to be talking to Arrow. You needed to say, hey, I've got safety, which is the number 10 here, I need to be here. Arrow, you need to cut off and stop this number 7. Because at the moment, you can see if a Boo stops back there, 10 can get the ball exactly in that square where we want it. Or if Raji stood back a bit, there's the 2 squares that we wanted. So we're happy for those 2 guys to get the ball there, which then would free up Arrow to look after the number 7 and the Bill dropping back and getting the number 10. Okay, because Nabil was forced to go for that, they now should have had an easy layup, and again a better player would have made us pay for that, but eventually they did anyway.